Right, let's play a quick game. If I gave you $1,000 right now and said you can't spend it, you can only invest it, what would you do? Well, you see, most beginners would freeze up at that question because they think investing is only for people with thousands of dollars, people who have fancy suits, or people with Wall Street insider-like knowledge. But here's the truth. Your first $1,000 is the most important $1,000 you'll ever invest because it's the foundation for everything that comes after. What you do with that small amount could be the difference between staying stuck or building real wealth over time. So today I'm going to walk you step by step on how to invest your first $1,000 in a smart and beginner-friendly way so that by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to invest your money so your money can start working for you instead of the other way around. But first, hi, my name is Ogechi. I'm a financial educator, investor, and founder of One Savvy Dollar. On this channel, we talk about the stock market, we talk about money mindset, personal finance, and all things money with the goal of helping you build your first 100K in the stock market. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you're new here, I'm super excited that you found me and now we go together. Next, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so that you can get wealth building tips from me and we can grow our community to wealth over here. So before we dive into stocks, apps, or actual investments, I need you to lock in on this mindset. Number one, investing isn't about getting rich quick. It's about getting rich for sure, because make no mistake, this is the stock market and we're investing for the money. That being said, we're investing in the stock market to build wealth steadily while reducing the chances of you losing all or most of your money. Also, investing is not about the amount, it's about your habits. I want you to think of your first $1,000 like planting a seed. On its own, it might not look like much, but with time and consistency, that seed can grow into not just a tree, but a massive tree. If you can learn to invest and manage $1,000 wisely, you can invest and manage $10,000 or even $100,000. So this isn't just about money, it's about your habits, because the strategies don't change, only the numbers do. So don't underestimate your small beginnings. Wealth building is more about habits and building consistency. Number one, build a safety net. As a total beginner, your very first move is actually not the stock market. I know, shocking, right? Your first move is to set aside $200 to $300 in a savings account as an emergency fund. Why? Because life happens. Flat tires, medical bills, last minute emergencies, and if you don't have a small cushion, you'll be tempted to pull monies out of your investments the first time something goes wrong. So rule number one is always protect yourself before you invest by building a safety net. This simple step will keep from derailing your wealth building journey the moment life throws you a curveball. To set up your investment buckets. All right, now you've got about $700 to $800 ready to invest, right? Let's talk about the best beginner-friendly ways that you can put that monies to work. I want you to set up a Roth IRA, which I consider to be a retirement gold mine. If you qualify, open up a Roth IRA, because a Roth IRA is where your money's grows tax-free. That means if your $1,000 turns into $100,000 over time, you get to keep it all without paying taxes. Once you open up your Roth IRA, you can buy index funds like mutual funds or exchange-traded funds, popularly known as ETFs. I want you to think of index funds like baskets of hundreds of companies where instead of picking one stock, you're owning tiny pieces of hundreds of companies. Now that's instant diversification. The S&P 500 ETF is a classic, and owning it means that you get to own shares in companies like Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft, and hundreds of the biggest companies in one move. And historically, index funds have an average return of 7 to 10% long term. So it's steady, it's low cost, and it's perfect for beginners. Next, you can also buy fractional shares, because I don't want you worrying about expensive stock prices. For instance, one Apple stock cost over $200 right now, but with fractional shares, you can buy $50 worth of Apple or $100 worth of Amazon without needing to buy the full stock. And that way you could spread your $700 to $800 across multiple companies and build your first mini portfolio. My recommendation for you as a beginner, start with ETFs inside a Roth IRA. That way you're getting a tax advantage account and diversifying your investments using a simple, safe, and proven strategy. Step 3, automate and grow. Here's the real wealth building hack. Don't stop at $1,000 because investing goes beyond your first thousand. You want to get to your next thousand and your next until you build your first 100K in the stock market. If you can, even $100 a month invested into the same accounts and funds is where the magic of compounding kicks in. Let's do some quick math. $1,000 invested one time at an 8% annual return turns into about $10,000 in 30 years. You and I know that that's not a lot of money, but $1,000 plus $100 a month in 30 years grows to almost $150,000. That's the power of compounding, and that's the difference between dabbling and building real wealth. So you have to keep investing by starting off with your first $1,000 and adding a set amount every month. Now let's move on to beginner mistakes to avoid, because I want to help you protect your first $1,000 by avoiding mistakes that stops many beginners from continuing their investing journey. Here are some of the most common beginner mistakes that I see. Number 1 is having a short-term mindset. The stock market goes up and down in the short term. I remember buying Microsoft stock for about $82 and immediately selling because the price dropped to $80. Today, Microsoft stock is approximately $400 per share. You have to stay focused on playing the long game because slow and steady almost guarantees you a win. I have to use the word almost because nothing is 100% guaranteed. The next most common mistake I see is beginners starting off with day trading. And I say this as someone who day traded and lost some monies when I first started. And I'll add this, day trading is not investing. I think a lot of gurus have done a fantastic job of using both words interchangeably so beginners like you can be confused. Day trading is high frequency buying and selling of stocks within the same day or a few weeks to make a profit quickly, while investing is a long-term strategy that's focused on gradual growth by holding assets for years or decades so that you can benefit from compounding and dividends. The third most common mistake I see is putting all your $1,000 into one stock. See, diversification is key to wealth building because it lowers your risk. When you spread your money strategically, you're ensuring that when one investment performs poorly, others may perform well, leading to stable overall growth in the long term. The fourth mistake I see is investing monies that you need in a month or 3 months. This is another popular beginner mistake. The stock market is for long-term investing. It's not a checking account, it's not a savings account, and I don't want you to treat it as such. If you need the money soon, keep your monies in a savings account. So here's your action plan for your first $1,000. First, you're going to set aside $200 to $300 as a safety net. Next, you'll invest the rest of the monies in beginner-friendly options like index funds inside a Roth IRA. And next, you'll automate $100 a month so that you can let compounding do the heavy lifting for you. This is how you turn your first $1,000 into the foundation of lifelong wealth. Now I want to hear from you. If you were starting today with $1,000, would you choose to buy an ETF or would you buy fractional shares? Drop your answers in the comments below. I'd love to read about your strategy. And if this video helped you, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who keeps saying, I'll start investing when I have more money. Because the truth is, you don't need more money. You just need to get started. My name is Ogechi from One Savvy Dollar, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.